Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them the best we can, how we want to. So if that's something you can relate to, hit the subscribe button. Let's be planty friends. So I know in my last video I said that I had showed you all of the Hoyas in my possession. I forgot one, which ended up working out because I was doing like editing and counting the days to the number of videos I recorded, and today's video that you're watching now should be day 23, and I think that's like a perfect ending because then the 24th and 25th are Christmas holiday, and then after that we can, I don't know what I'm doing after that. So I realized I forgot to show you one of my plants. It's only one. So I thought that would be like kind of lame to just like show you one plant that's like not doing so great. But I have a little Hoya holiday wish list maybe, and maybe some plans for my Hoya pot. I'll show you. Let me just show you the plant first. Okay, so the plant I forgot to show you is in water. It is my Hoya Parasitica black margin. And it's only 2 cuttings. It was a larger plant. It died back, had some root rot / drying out, and I was able to notice that that was happening. And so I cut it and I made a little propagation of it. The leaves are on the thinner side. They're not thin, but they're on the thinner side, and that's probably why I struggled with this plant, or I struggled with this plant. There are some decent roots now in here, and I probably could pot it up, but I don't have any soil, so we're not potting anything up yet. But yeah, so this is technically the last. I've checked my whole house. This is it. This is the only other Hoya I have not shown you. The little cutting right here put out a peduncle. I don't know if you can see it right there. It didn't flower, but I guess the plant thought it was dying because it put out a peduncle. So maybe if I can get this going, it will put out a real peduncle. It was a new leaf, but it kind of like broke in half. You can see kind of. So it's still growing. It's just not a cute leaf, which is fine. So eventually I'm going to pot this up when I get some soil. And as I was doing all of my batch recording, I kept looking at my like collage plant of Hoya, and I was noticing that the Hoya linearis was looking a little thirsty, and so I go to tug it out and it just like came right out. So I pulled it out and I put it in like this part of the little teacup vessel just so it's in water because the roots have dried out. I don't know, guys. I really can't grow the Hoya linearis. I try. I don't know. So this is going to be it. This is how it's going to live. If it dies, it dies. It is what it is, okay? So that's this. Now, the second part, I guess, of this video is going to be kind of like the plan for the rest of this pot, because what's left in here, I pulled out the crassipelata. It had roots. It was still good, so I put that in with the mother plant. What's left in here is the Croniana silver, the Hoya compacta inner variegation, and the Hoya fitchii. So I think when I get soil, I'm going to split these guys up, like individually, obviously. And I have I have 6 more 4-inch pots, like glazed colored 4-inch pots, which is what I have my Hoyas in. This was like a terracotta pot that had gotten painted and then broke and then glued back together, but it still works. It's fine. It'll work. So I have 6 pots, and I'm going to be, I think for this one, I'm going to leave the Hoya compacta in here and then take the other 2 out, pot them into these 2, and then also the Parasitica also will be potted into there. So I'll have really only 3 pots left out of my whole collection. These are the only pots that don't have a plant. And if you have been watching my channel, I have an issue with having empty planters. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I have to put a plant in it. I don't know. So these are the only 3 that don't have plans to have a plant in it. So I made like a little Hoya holiday wish list, and I'm going to share that with you. So there are 3 plants that I've had already. I've had a couple. I've had one a couple times, and I keep killing it. But I want it so bad. And then the other ones, I think they just like dried up, died from neglect. But I think I can like try again. So the first one I want to try to get again, that I've had multiple times. You've seen me import it. You've seen me buy it from Etsy, and I keep killing it. I think I need to wait or spend a little bit more money on like an established plant of this, and that's the Hoya Menu Princess. I love the leaf shape. It's like almost like a miniature deckii, kind of the leaf shape, kind of, just without the venation, and it's like smaller. It's a really cool plant. Yeah, so I think that's going to be on my wish list. I'm going to try to get like an established like full plant of that. So that's probably going to cost me like, I don't even know, $50. That's like all that I can like rationalize spending on like a plant at this moment, like a little 4-inch like full plant, established plant of something. But yeah, so that's gonna be like way down the line. But I want that plant so bad. All right, and then the other one that I've had once or twice, I think I've imported it and then I found it in person and I killed both times, is the Hoya rotundiflora. Again, it was always like a under-established plant that I had, or a cutting that I imported, and it just like, it needs to be a fuller plant when I get it, because I don't know. Although maybe now, it's been years, so maybe now like I would be better with these plants, these 2 plants, the Menu Princess and the rotundiflora, because I'm better at like managing my plants and making sure I water them on time, and life is like, you know, chilled out a little bit enough that like I can take time for my plants. So maybe I'm gonna get a more established plant on that too. That's my going forward, a more established plant. It's only 3. I only have 3 pots left. I'm not buying any more pots. I don't think. Maybe. Who knows? Anyway. And then the last one is a Hoya Shepherdii. I had that plant, and I had it for years. I actually found it in person. I bought it, I think I was in grad school in New Hampshire, and I had it for years, and it was great. And then life happened, and like all of my plants kind of like dried out. They all, I felt like, had mealybugs. I was like spraying them with alcohol like on the daily, and that plant, I think, just kind of like got overlooked, dried up, had the mealybugs, and just like croaked. By the time I noticed that something was wrong, it was too late. There was not enough leaf or node or stem left to try to propagate that plant. So those are going to be the 3 plants I think I would like to introduce back into my collection at some point. And then that fills up all of my planters. And then that's it. Oh, do I have room? A question you asked. Do I have room for these 6 planters? Yes and no. Not really. The way my shelves are set up, if you can see, I can turn you. Hold on. All right, so the way my shelves are set up, I have 4 Hoyas on each shelf, right? And then, so I have 2 full shelves, except for the top shelves. Those are my climbing philodendrons. They need more space. That's fine. So I have 4 shelves full of, I can spin you and show you, of Hoya, right? And then I have this shelf over here, which doesn't have any lights. So that's like a thing. This one I don't have any lights on that shelving unit. And it only has the top shelf of Hoya. But I do have plants on these other shelves. So they're like, these are my philodendrons, my trailing philodendrons. So I probably could like move them. But then I feel it's going to look crowded somewhere else. So I don't know, right? Like, obviously, like, I can move these. And I can put 4 planters right there. And then I only have 6 pots. So then I could just move 1. And then have, like, 4 Hoyas. And then 2 Hoyas. And then these 3 Philodendrons down here can just stay where they are. So there's that. But then I feel like I should probably just finish filling out this shelf with Hoyas like I did for all of these shelves, which then I would need to buy 6 more 4-inch glazed colored pots. So we're not going to do that. We're not buying any more pots, guys. Let's come back to me, guys. Come back to me. Where are you? I can't see. I think you can see me. I don't know. I can't tell. Yes, you can see me. So, yeah, I don't think we're buying any more pots. I think we're just going to fill up these pots once I get some soil and then be done. Be done with acquiring plants. Unless plants die and then, you know, that frees up a pot for me to buy another plant. I could also, see, I don't know. I know I have a couple of duplicate plants. Like I have 2 Wyetii. I have a couple of the compactas. And I'm always like, do I need all these compactas? Can I just like take them out, like give them away, whatever. And then I could buy a different plant, a different Hoya. I don't know. That has to be like down the line, right? Like it's winter still. We're still in winter. What am I doing? Nothing. We're doing nothing. So right now, as of today, my only Hoya wish list is the Hoya rotundiflora, the Hoya manupensis, and the Hoya shepherdii. That's it. Are there others? Of course, but those, and I think those for the most part are relatively like accessible. I feel like the manupensis might be a little harder to get, but I feel like the rotundiflora I always see on Etsy. The shepherdii is like, I feel like if I found it in person, I could find it on Etsy relatively cheap and hopefully well established. So yeah, that's all I got for today. It is officially the end of the Hoya Holidays series for 2024. Let me know in the comments below, out of all of the Hoyas I've shown you throughout this entire month, which one is your favorite and why is it your favorite? And I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you in the next video. Relax, plants, peace out.